Hey guys, what's up? Robbie and Lauren here in Bogota, Colombia. Just wanted to share our ER story with you guys from a few weeks ago with Lincoln, because we don't experience the ER in the US like we do here. So anyways, I was at school. I had decided to take the late bus that day when I got a phone call from Lauren saying that she was headed to the ER. So I'm going to let you, Lauren, go ahead.
Well, actually, Annie was pooping on the potty, and Lincoln was sitting on the step. There's one step down into our bathroom, and he was sitting on the step, and they were just giggling at the top of their lungs, and I had just thought, oh, look at these brother and sister being so cute, and then somehow Lincoln stood up and just face planted, and he had a giant gash, probably a half an inch deep in his chin. There was lots of blood, and it wasn't pretty, and I picked him up, and Annie's still in the potty, and I just left her, and I ran to my neighbor's house and said, I need your help. And so she immediately called a cab, and she grabbed her four-year-old, and I put pants on Annie, and we ran out the door, and I'm trying to call Robbie and all of the chaos, and we get to the hospital, and everything seems to be going great, but then they, of course, need our passport, which I didn't bring, but I had mentioned to Robbie and some people at the school when I had called him, like, we may need documentation, but I don't know what. And so miraculously somehow Robbie showed up 10 minutes maybe behind us, and he had copies of all of our passports and documentation that they needed to prove that they wouldn't even look at Lincoln until we had shown that we were who we said we were. And so I was grateful that happened so fast, but we get back there, everything, the doctor's taking his time, just checking Lincoln out. Lincoln was such a trooper, and they weren't sure if he was going to need plastic surgery or just stitches, and I didn't really understand all of this because my neighbor was translating for me, and
Our Spanish isn't perfecto yet.
Especially our medical Spanish. And anyways, the doctor, let us go, and he told us that we actually needed to go to Columbia Hospital, which we didn't know at the time, but was clear across town and not close at all. And
in the middle of rush hour traffic.
He was sending us out at 5 o'clock. And because the plastic surgeon at the hospital was totally backed up, and he was like, you'd be here forever waiting, so I would go to that hospital. So Joanna, our neighbor's husband, picked us up, Carlos, in his car from work, and we all crammed in and took off to this Columbia hospital. And we get there, and the waiting room is double packed than Reina Sofia was. And do you want to?
Yeah, so we get there, and we're expecting to see a plastic surgeon, and we'd already waited for a while at the other hospital, and we get into this waiting room that's even more full of sick people with Lincoln, Annie, and the 4-year-old, and our 2 neighbors, and we wait for a solid 4 or 5 hours, waiting to see the doctor, and finally we get called back, and
this is at like 10 o'clock at night.
This is 10:30 p.m. And as the doctor is looking through our paperwork,
he asked me, he actually spoke English, which was really a nice change of pace, and he said, well, why, you guys were at Reina Sofia, why did you come here? And I explained that the doctor had sent us here because the plastic surgeons was really backed up, and that it would be quicker for us to come here. And he looked at me point blank in the eye, and he said, I am the surgeon for Reina Sofia and Columbia Hospital. You basically waited for me to finish up that long list of patients at the hospital, then for me to drive across town because I have a patient waiting, which apparently is you, waiting for me. He's like, so there was some miscommunication down the line, and he wasn't happy, and at that point I was just ready to go home. So I just stitched up my baby, and anyways, it was very frustrating, but we did okay. And poor Lincoln, then they wrapped him in this like restraint, and Robbie had to hold him still while they drug. It was 8 stitches in his chin, and then Robbie almost passed out from seeing the blood.
Sure did. Had to call in reinforcements.
So anyways, but we made it home. We were at home before midnight, and everyone was fine. And it's a story to tell. Hospitals aren't supposed to be fun ever, right?
Yeah. So next time you got to go to the ER.
Make sure that the plastic surgeon you're going to is not the same one that you're leaving. That's the moral of the story.
Moral of the story. That's right. Anyways.
Wait, do you work at that hospital? Because if you do, we'll just wait for you here.
Anyways, Lincoln's doing all better. The stitches are out.
He's going to have a great scar there.
He healed up like a pro. And we're doing great. The baby is due very soon, in just a little over a month. And we're doing great. So thanks for listening to our story. And
thanks for all your support. We're so grateful for all of you out there. We miss you very much. We miss just some of our friendships and good community there. The Lord's been good, but we're grateful for you all.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We'll maybe have another story next time. Bye.